polished glass and metal components lies a much cruder reality. We tend to picture the tech economy as something built by software engineers in office parks. But before a single line of code can execute, the physical hardware has to be ripped out of the ground. The global push for clean energy actually starts right here. These are massive, analog, dirt-moving operations, located primarily in the tropical archipelagos of Southeast Asia. The future of zero-emission transportation is entirely dependent on one of the oldest, most heavy-duty industrial processes on Earth. This map shows the exact path the excavated Earth takes, a high-volume maritime corridor connecting Indonesia directly to China. Indonesia sits on some of the largest nickel reserves in the world. That metal is the raw ingredient required to make high-capacity batteries hold a charge. Once extracted, that nickel is shipped north to China, which controls the manufacturing base needed to refine the metal and assemble it into battery cells. It creates a massive, continuous loop of trade. Millions of tons of raw earth flow north, and finished electronics, machinery, and consumer goods flow south. This specific exchange of resources for manufacturing operates as the biological backbone of the global electric vehicle supply chain. But zooming in on the map reveals a severe geographical flaw in the system. To get from the Indonesian mines to the Chinese ports, almost all of that nickel has to pass through the Strait of Malacca. It is one of the busiest shipping lanes on the planet. Thousands of massive freighters are squeezed into a narrow ocean corridor, moving back and forth every single day. Because the lane is so heavily congested, a sudden geopolitical dispute, a localized piracy threat, or even a single maritime collision can halt traffic completely. Which means the global rollout of green technology relies on a system with a single, catastrophic physical point of failure. If the strait closes, the map shows how those massive fleets of cargo ships are forced to immediately detour around the southern islands. Adding thousands of nautical miles to the journey burns significantly more fuel and stretches out delivery timelines by weeks. A 2-week delay in nickel shipments means Chinese battery plants temporarily run out of raw materials. Production lines sit idle. When supply slows down, prices adjust upward. The cost to build electronics spikes, driving up global inflation and pushing the sticker price of a new electric vehicle completely out of reach. While Western consumers face higher prices, this logistical fragility creates a severe and immediate vulnerability for the Chinese manufacturing sector. To protect against that exact scenario, China is using its Belt and Road Initiative to engineer a permanent workaround. They are deploying aggressive capital directly inside Indonesian borders. Instead of simply buying raw ore, they are building infrastructure right on top of the mines. That money is financing new deepwater ports and sprawling industrial parks designed to process the resources locally. They are laying down massive high-speed rail networks to streamline the transport of material from remote extraction sites directly to those coastal hubs. By refining the nickel before it even reaches a boat, they reduce the total volume of shipments and secure the supply chain before it ever enters the ocean transit. They are taking a volatile foreign trade route and converting it into a vertically integrated, armored extension of their own domestic economy. The trade route between China and Indonesia has been re-engineered into a highly specialized industrial circuit. It is now a heavily engineered, fortified closed system designed specifically to feed the world's industrial demand. In this new landscape, industrial resilience depends on securing the physical dirt required to build the technology. But no matter how much concrete and steel you pour over a supply chain, it still relies on a physical pipeline. And like every complex system, it works perfectly, right up until the moment it doesn't.